Everybody, welcome back to the channel. The stock market is about to go insane tomorrow. In today's video, we're going to talk about why. I'm also going to be sharing with y'all top 2 stocks that y'all should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow. All right, now before we begin, again, do not forget to obliterate that like button on your way in here, right? And also don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let's begin right off the bat. We got the SPY right now, and so far today was a decent day. I wasn't expecting such a massive day. I was leaning neutral going into today, and so far it looks all right. We're gonna use the Nasdaq. All right, we're gonna use the Nasdaq here. Now, the reason why I say that the market is going to go insane, as all of you know, is that tomorrow they're going to report consumer price index numbers. Pretty much, it's a measurement of inflation of where we're at for the month of February. And the game plan that I put out on this chart right here for the Nasdaq is still there. All right, it's still there. It's still following through. Let me change this thing to the 4 hour. All right, now with what's coming tomorrow with the consumer price index, um, it's expected that it will be around like close to 8%. Let me show you guys this article which I found on Market Watch. It says right there, traders expect Thursday, this coming week, to bring the first in a string of annual consumer price index headlines, figures close to or above 8%. All right. And they're expecting around 7.9 for February. And then for the following month of March, they're expecting around 8.3. Right. So the expectation is in the high nines, maybe even low eights. And I'm pretty sure I feel like the reaction wouldn't be too good. All right. And given the game plan that I put over here, if the reaction is as terrible as I think it will be, then what we might see tomorrow at around like exactly, I think it's 6:30. That's when they announce the data. We might see a massive red candle right over here to bring us all the way back down to like 13,225 dollars, and then we chop a little bit in here before we fall again and pretty much like complete this entire thing right here. All right, all the way down to like $12,650. That's what I'm thinking. So just to not be surprised again, this thing right there, I drew it in like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks Sunday. Yeah, I drew it. It's on there. I haven't touched anything. So we'll see if it plays out. This thing can be a little bit adjusted like that. Let me do this. All right. And then let me do that. There we go. All right. So now this is pretty much what we're looking at. This we'll see if it comes to pass. All right. That's my thinking for tomorrow for the overall market. So obviously, if I'm thinking that way, then you can expect that I am kind of bearish on a lot of stocks out there. Regardless of the massive rally that we had today, I think it will be a short lived. Now, the top 2 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list. The first one is Baba. All right, and the reason why I want to share Baba with y'all is because of this. For a few reasons. Number one is beaten down for quite some time. Has it been following the market to the T? It's been just falling for a while, and then the market sell-offs kind of like presses it down even further, right? It's been struggling for a long, long time. But what I see here on the structure is on the 15 minute, and it may play out. It may play out. There is an ascending triangle on the chart. It's right there, right here. All right, and it actually broke out like right at the close. And also something that you want to consider with this one, if this is clean, it should open up at like 104 and then run to like 106 or 107, or it should just jump immediately to 107 and fade all the way down again if tomorrow is indeed bearish, like super bearish. Like we open up higher and then it provides a shorting opportunity, or it opens up at 104 and then runs to 107 for a quick day trade that you may have to really be fast on that one if that happens. All right. Now the reason why I say that it could happen, not just because of this structure right there, but another Chinese company has earnings that they are reporting, and that stock is JD. That company is JD. All right. Now JD, it has earnings in the morning. We will see how that one plays out. I think that the reaction would be I think the reaction would actually be positive. Um, there is some room down here. I know there is some room down here. Could it go down that fast? Maybe. But there could also be the possibility of JD retesting that level first at around $67 before fading, like all the way down. Like so we'll see. If the reaction is really positive and it jumps up really high, people who bought YOLO calls prior to tomorrow, they're likely going to take their money off the table at the open. And if this jumps by that much, then I would expect OSBABA to also jump up really high. All right, so that's the first one that y'all should be keeping in your watch list. The second stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, that stock is Snapchat. All right. Now the reason why I'm talking about Snapchat once again, for those of y'all who watched, I think it was Sunday's video. Yeah, it was Sunday's video. This was one of the top 2 stocks. I told y'all what would happen with it. I told y'all that it would drop to $30, and they dropped to $30 on Monday. It definitely did, right here. All right, it dropped to 30. Then I told you that it would bounce to potentially retest 35. It got up to 34, and then I realized that the resistance is actually like almost at exactly, I see right here 34.90, and then this right here I believe is exactly 34.50. So it may not touch it exactly, but it's looking quite bearish. It might complete it. The drawings are on there. I haven't really moved anything. And the gap is still there as well. So watch Snapchat for a drop. Again, if the reaction to the CPI data that comes out, if it's negative, this thing is going to drop and open up at $32 and continue flushing back down to 30. And then the selling pressure is probably going to carry on until like Friday. All right, so definitely watch this stock as well for tomorrow. Now let's talk about a few trades that I took. So today I took some trades. I took 2 trades. The first one was on MU, and this one will be a good some good insights for people who are beginners, who are trying to learn the charts. So this is the second time I'm mentioning MU. First and foremost, there was this thing that wasn't clean. Maybe I showed you that. Maybe I didn't. I think I did. I told y'all that this was not clean. It was looking quite ugly, right? And Monday was bearish, so obviously the sell-off made sense. And then today I was leaning bearish on it, and I took a day trade, and the intention was to actually short this thing down to like $76, and the entry was let me see. Let me show y'all where that entry was. There you go. All right, so this is the buys and sells. So the entry was right there. All right, right there when this thing started to break down, and the goal was pretty much to hold all the way down. But the one thing that I didn't like, it was behaving quite well, and I didn't like that it started to, well, this right here, it did well, kind of rejected, and it was continuously selling, so we liked it. We liked it until we didn't. Until I saw that. That right there kind of pissed me off. It's not supposed to happen. This candle is supposed to go the opposite way. So I had to get rid of that. And I took like a small loss on there. A very small loss because the stock did not do what we wanted it to do. All right. I lost like $200 on the trade. I got out at 1040, which is in this candle right there. All right, and then after that, it pretty much went higher again. So when a stock doesn't do what you think it should do. It looked pretty clean. I had good reasons to take it. Um, is it the cleanest bearish pennant that I've ever seen? That's arguable. It's arguable, but it looked good enough for me to not hesitate. Because if you hesitate and you let it go and it goes lower to where you know it should go, then that can be irritating. All right, so that was the first trade. Now after taking a small L on this one, I decided to keep looking for opportunities and look for another one. And then I found this stock DOOG. And DOOG looked really good. So since the market was not that bearish anyways, right? And I decided to and I was leaning a little bearish towards MU, and that kind of backfired. So I looked for a bullish opportunity, and then I found it right here. If you look on the chart, there is an ascending triangle on the chart right there. Right there. And then let me show you all the buys and sells again. So we bought it at around 11 o'clock with these contracts right there. All right, so the game plan is pretty much laid out. It's quite simple. I keep it real simple. Like I like to keep things very simple for everyone to understand. Obviously, this is the stop loss, like that right there. And then this is the target at 143.12 cents. And let's see what happened after we got in. So we got in, and then we were just watching this thing run, right? It took a long time, and then when it got to like, after it ran for like almost an hour, it got to, let me change this thing. Yeah, it got to this point right there, to this level, right around like $140, and that's when I started to take some profits off the table. Actually, it got to like 141, and then I started to take some profit off the table. I took half. And then I wanted to see if it could really get to like 143, right? And then it just kept going and going and going. And then at noon, at 12:19 Central Time, I sold everything, especially when it got to around, like, it was right there, right at 141.70. I liked it, and if the contrast didn't go that much higher anyways. Let me show y'all the transaction for those trades. It's in here. There you go. Yeah, so this is the transactions for the trade. Let me zoom in. So about 7 contracts for like $2,400. And then I took some off at around 141. And then I took some off at around like 141.70. And the contracts, I sold them for an average price of like $520. Eventually, it got to the price target of 143, and the contracts were around like $6. But it took like all day to do it, so I don't really feel that bad. Yes, it was a little bit of money, but the trade was still successful, and that's pretty much the trade recap for today. Hopefully, y'all learned. For those of y'all who may be new to trading and got some insight about how some of this thing works, and yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel tremendously, and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you would like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get the details of the contracts, the entries, the exits, and the reasons why I take the trades at the time that I take them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you're not following social media, you can find me at Paul and Ngumah at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I left some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below, step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10-15 minutes for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to get started immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul and Ngumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB. where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.